Why does modern happiness feel so fake? You've done everything right, followed the rules, chased success, smiled for the camera, and yet, deep down, there's this weird, gnawing emptiness. Like you're living in a glossy, filtered version of life, constantly performing happiness instead of feeling it. You scroll, you like, you post, but nothing sticks. You feel more numb than alive. What if I told you this isn't a personal failure, but a systemic illusion? You see, we're being sold engineered happiness, packaged, marketed, and optimized for dopamine hits. It's not designed to fulfill you. It's designed to keep you scrolling, buying, conforming. And when we don't feel truly happy, we think we're broken. That's the trap. But there's a different path, a raw, rebellious, untamed mindset that flips the script. One that's less about fitting in and more about breaking out. The punk mindset. This video is not just about the meaning of happiness. It's a rebellion against the myth of fake happiness. If you've ever felt lost in the noise, stuck in social conditioning, or unsure who you even are anymore, you're not alone. And this message is for you. Because the problem isn't you. It's the world you've been told to accept without question. Let's tear that script apart and rebuild one that's actually yours. Modern happiness isn't about joy. It's about optics. We live in a time where people curate their lives like brands, constantly chasing a version of happiness that's been designed for display, not for depth. Think about it. Vacations become Instagram stories, relationships become status updates, and self-worth gets tied to likes and views. This is performative happiness, and it's exhausting. Underneath the smiles, many are quietly asking, "Why do I feel so numb?" What makes this worse is how it's all backed by consumer culture psychology. We've been trained to believe that happiness is a product, something you can buy, wear, or download. New phone, momentary high. New apartment, fleeting joy. Then it's gone. This loop of dopamine culture keeps us consuming but never fulfilled. It's not your fault if happiness feels fake. It was designed that way. That's how engineered contentment works. Quick, shiny, and empty. The real kicker? We've mistaken comfort for meaning. Society tells us, stay safe, avoid discomfort, be normal. But authentic living, true happiness, often requires the opposite. It needs you to be uncomfortable, uncertain, even rebellious. Behavioral psychology shows that real growth comes from tension, not ease. But that's not what the world sells you. They sell convenience, not transformation. And yet, something inside you knows there's more. Ever wonder why so many people feel like they're in an identity crisis? Why we scroll endlessly but feel more disconnected than ever? Maybe it's not about finding better distractions. Maybe it's about rejecting the whole system. The punk mindset, a psychological rebellion. The punk mindset isn't about mohawks and leather jackets. It's about mental freedom. It's a psychological rebellion against everything that feels fake, scripted, and forced. While the world shouts, fit in, the punk spirit whispers, burn the script. This philosophy doesn't just reject societal pressure, it flips it off. Punk psychology is the refusal to let conformity. Psychology defines who you are. It's about reclaiming the right to feel deeply, think freely, and live authentically, even if it makes others uncomfortable. Most people don't realize how deeply social conditioning runs. From school to social media, we're programmed to behave a certain way. Say the right things, post the right content, chase the right dreams. But punks? They question that programming. They know that authentic living starts when you stop asking for permission to be yourself. That's where self-acceptance begins, not with surface-level self-love, but with real, raw acknowledgement of your weirdness, your rage, your truth. And this mindset isn't just cool, it's psychologically liberating. It challenges the root of modern anxiety, this pressure to constantly perform, achieve, smile. It invites you to sit with discomfort, to let it sharpen you instead of silence you. Want an example? Think of artists who got booed before they were celebrated, or entrepreneurs who quit safe jobs to build something insane. That's embracing discomfort. That's the punk philosophy in action. You don't need to shout to be punk. You just need to stop living someone else's life. And hey, if this is resonating with you so far, Maybe toss this video a like or share it with someone stuck in that same identity crisis spiral. Might be what they need to hear. Discovering who you are beyond the noise. Stripping away fake happiness and rejecting societal norms isn't the end of the road, it's just the beginning. Because once you drop the act, the real question hits: who am I really? That's the terrifying beauty of psychological rebellion. It clears the stage, but now it's your voice that has to speak. Most people avoid this moment. They slide back into engineered happiness because it's easier than facing the unknown. But self-discovery doesn't come from comfort. It comes from curiosity. The truth is, identity isn't something you find. It's something you build. Slowly, day by day. It starts with paying attention to what lights you up when no one's watching. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's turning off your phone and walking in silence. Or maybe it's creating something, even if it sucks at first. This is where self-expression kicks in, not to impress, but to explore. This is the core of authenticity psychology, doing things that feel real, even if they look weird. And yeah, it's awkward. You'll question everything, your job, your relationships, your beliefs. That's part of modern life psychology. Realizing that a lot of what you've accepted as truth was just performative happiness in disguise. Growth hurts, but it's honest. If you're uncomfortable, you're doing it right. If you're scared, you're getting close. That's where discomfort growth lives, in the space between who you were told to be and who you're becoming. Because once you start shedding layers of fake happiness, a new kind of clarity kicks in. And that's when something real begins to emerge. So here's the raw truth. If modern happiness feels fake, it's because it was never designed to fit the real you. You weren't meant to live a life built on filters, fear of judgment, or engineered contentment. You were built for something more, something unfiltered, honest, a little messy, and completely yours. But none of this works if it just sits in your head. What are you going to do differently today? Will you finally stop pretending everything's fine? Will you lean into discomfort growth instead of numbing out? Will you choose authenticity, even if it costs you approval? What would happen if you did? Who would you become? And hey, if this hit you in the gut or made you pause for even a second, maybe you're already on your way. So, keep going. Rebel louder. Think deeper. Feel more. And if you want to keep exploring the psychology behind happiness, identity, and mindset in a way that actually makes sense, stick around. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, and maybe even send this to someone who's stuck in the scroll and doesn't know why they feel empty. Because this could be the spark they didn't know they needed.